Well, hello. My name's Theo. I play middle linebacker for the Hilversum Hurricanes. That is in the Netherlands. I live in Amsterdam, play in Hilversum. They're not that far apart in city-wise. Anyways, I vlog every day, and Mondays and Fridays are my football videos. Fridays are a bit more formal because I answer all the comments. I give a bit of news, and then I go out to practice. Sunday, when we're not on summer break, I go out and I do practice for a whole day, and my Monday videos are all total football stuff, maybe a little reaction afterwards. But since we're on summer break, I'm answering some more involved questions or doing stuff on the whiteboard. A couple weeks ago, I did strength training. Last week, I did an explanation between American sports and European sports and their various differences in like the ladder system and stuff. And the comment I got this week was about putting a camera in my football helmet to record stuff at practice. So we're going to go over why that doesn't work very well and possible updates to what I could do about that one if I find the right camera. So Jeremiah Puerto actually came into my live stream Saturday day for the United States and evening for Europe. I do it every Saturday. If you want to come talk football, let's talk football. I did explain this to him at the time, but I realized other people may want to know because I actually have gotten this question before. And he actually says, you should invest in a GoPro and wear a chest piece or helmet mount to get practice film or POV game footage. Just an idea, keep up the good work, man. And I totally explained it to him last night, but I'm here to explain this. So this is my helmet. It is a Zenith Epic Plus. As you can see, I have the Prowl face mask on it. And here's my GoPro. So we have a mild issue. Having the GoPro all by itself in like a thing, this is gonna get damaged so hardcore that just mounting it like here or anywhere, it's football. I'm not playing golf. That's not an option. You know, where it makes it definitely slimmer to put in certain places. However, this is why it comes with this case. So you can squeeze that in there, lock it up tight. I've taken this underwater. It's perfectly fine. It shoots good footage. And it allows it to be mounted in certain locations. So let's mount it up here. I mean, that's perfectly fine, you know, helmet turns and everything. But I'm a linebacker. You know, I'm already going in and hitting people like that. In practice, I spend a lot of time, yes, getting ready, looking at the field, but there's not much of the actual play that I actually see, especially if I'm going in for the run. Because I got maximum 5 yards because I take a couple reach steps forward and then I got to go into my gap if it's a run. If it's a pass, sure, that's obviously cool. But this is where a lot of people have questions about why I don't use something like this. This is a really good idea, you know, and if it does come down and if I do this after being tackled as a wide receiver, we have some issues and maybe the mount might break and it could be pretty cool. But the camera won't break. But the problem is I'm sitting here and impacting everything. And like you can see, I already have some dings and scrapes over the previous seasons. Corona hasn't allowed us to have much of a season the last couple of years, but like I've got scuffs on the backside of my helmet. I've got dings here from various things. Lord knows why, who knows, whatever. But yeah. There's chips and stuff all over the place. And some of these came from our recent season 2020 before we had to cut everything off. So that's not a good idea, especially with some of our running backs, especially our new fullback, who is basically the very epitome of a fullback. So having it up here is not good. We'll put it here. Well, that still has the same issue. You know, when I'm doing this and looking around at the field, I want to put my face on the numbers. That's going to cause this thing so much damage. We'll put it behind the face mask. I did this last night. Turn this for a little bit here and I'll show you. Okay, we're going to turn this to I saw the backlight. So we got this GoPro camera. Oh, look at that. It fits right there. Oh wait, the bar in the way. I can get it there. Or wait, I can get it there. Oh wait, what if I put it up by my eye? I mean, what if I... No, that's not very good. I have a GoPro, I've utilized it. I actually have had a chest mount. Now here's the idea. Put it on a chest mount over my pads. So we got to put it on my chest mount with the straps, with the pads. It actually does fit. But I'm trying to tackle people. I'm trying to tackle running backs. I'm going against linemen. Like, you know, this is immediately what a camera would see. If you guys actually want to see footage, I actually wore a chest mount to practice one time. We weren't wearing pads at the time because, you know, we were working within the regulations. So people over the age of 27 couldn't wear pads or contact, had to stay 1.5 meters apart from each other. So we did a lot of sled work. So I thought, we're not really doing anything, we're not contacting. So I took this camera, put it on my chest mount, and was like, let's record it. I recorded like half an hour of footage. I got 3 minutes of the best footage. Was like bullshit. It was terrible because you would see, you know, my hands fire out to the sled and I push forward. But then at that point, the camera's already facing down because it can't face up anymore. And then I fall onto the ground. I was picking dirt out of this thing for so long. So that wasn't very good. If you guys want to watch that video, I'll link it up here. I found something that can qualify. Bleacher Report has something. This article is from when? No, don't add it to my home screen. I don't really care that much about Bleacher Report. Oh, this is an older article. But man, Bleacher Report, you have ads everywhere. So this one was reported on my Bleacher Report. As you guys can see, the camera gets installed right there. Now, to be fair, I do have a slot for that. And this whole video, and I'll link to this article down below, it does actually talk about various things. The only position they don't actually go after is linebackers. But they talk about running backs, and I'm just like, go for yourselves. But literally, they talk about. And that is an option, but that camera, if it still exists, because this article is very old, is $1,200. I do not have that kind of money. Maybe if I got to 1 million subscribers, or I even got to 100,000 subscribers and people were watching this like stuff like crazy, perhaps. But I don't have that kind of money right now to use on a camera. The other option that one of the guys at my gym was talking about would be a drone. If I get a drone that could like just hide something like underneath my pads or something and be the tracker, or even put it like in the backside of my helmet just to have the tracker on me or whatnot, then it could follow me through the field. But I wouldn't really need to worry about it too terribly much because I could just take it up and back and have it keep over the field safety and look at the field from the defensive point of view, and you guys can watch what goes on. It's not point of view, but it's still pretty good. However, I don't want to be one of those guys that sets up the camera every other play because drones have a 3-minute, 5-minute time. If you go with drones that have a half an hour flight time, you're very expensive for drones, and then I have to figure out how to fly drones. I mean, to be fair, that, you know, that would be, they'd keep themselves relatively okay. And if I magically had one with a 34-minute flight time, I could probably record an entire team session. But again, I don't want to be the guy that's like, oh, hey, look, guys, I got to set up my camera. Do you realize how annoying? I can just imagine how annoying that is if you had someone at practice every other play needing to make sure that they set up the camera just right. I mean, one of our quarterbacks sets up his little GoPro like on a small tripod, and he just films himself to see how his throws go and whatnot. And that's fine because he does the same thing from the same position over and over. He can set up the camera and record for 20 minutes. But he doesn't really run many plays. I mean, he's a quarterback, so he does a lot of recording during like the easy ups and stuff. I have some footage when we did a small team recently of him, you know, recording what I do. So I need to figure out where to get that because it's on one. Anyways, it's also incredible detail footage. Like, dude, you don't need that kind of resolution for football. This isn't the NFL. Chill. That's pretty much that. I saw another camera. Again, the company seems Football Helmet Camera. See, there are tiny ones like these that might be able to work, but again, they don't have any protection. So there's the Bleacher Report one. Where did Niels find that other one? New helmet cameras see what the players see. Team Snap, it's the same thing right up there. Helmet cam history. There is one that was able to install in this little area, and that would look out like in this direction, because you got to think this sits on my head like this. So if the camera sits in here and points that way, you're going to see pretty good what I see. There's a couple others. There's a football helmet camera from Indiegogo, but I have no idea how old that campaign is. Campaign is closed. Their YouTube video that they used is already taken down off YouTube. This campaign is so old. 2014. Projected completion date, 2014. Why helmet cameras are the future of football, August 18th, 2016. And again, there are other cameras that have happened, and there's still cameras. But here, like even that one that goes up here is blog sportsunlimitedinc.com is from 2014. So what I'm going to explain again, final as to why it doesn't work as a middle linebacker. When you're a quarterback, especially in practices, you're not getting impacted too terribly much. You're usually wearing a red jersey and they're like, don't touch the quarterback because me. I can make that joke, I'm gay. I also say about most skill players anyways. So you can put the camera on top of your helmet. You can put it here, You can even stick one out to the side. I've seen some people do that, where they stick it out to the side and, you can see in this direction, or this works. Because I do have the ability to, put that on there and say, stick it here, and this thing would turn with me. But I'm impacting up here in this area. If you're a wide receiver, you spend a lot of time running, looking for the ball, and you can see what this is doing. Defensive back, same thing. Even sometimes outside linebackers can do it, and if you're actually decent as a defensive end, you may be able to get that off because you guys are hand fighting with the tackles. So it's like, it's relatively okay, and then you go by and you tackle or whatnot. But again, when you're in the thick of it, in the trenches, middle linebacker, defensive linemen, centers, guards, it's a bit awkward. Because even if the tackle relatively goes okay and I get my head through on the other side and I'm grabbing their waist, I'm then coming down on the ground. The helmet's there for my own head protection. I'm not using it as a weapon, but if this thing is sticking out. So a lot of the footage that you guys see from players that have POV footage at practice, take a look at their actual position. Are they skill players? Are they quarterbacks? Are they kickers? Are they, do they run special teams? Because not everyone's going to necessarily be making the tackle. They may be pushing on someone or trying to get around them. Do some of the videos that I saw online for talking about cameras and helmets cameras do show off the trenches? Yes. But they're like cameras like this from like 6 years ago, and I'm not even sure these are going to be made anymore. Or there's a small camera I saw, and I can't find that company. But there's one that you could strap in right here. Like I could probably strap it in right here to get more of a look, and it would still show that stuff. But again, what happens when you're like, oh look, that's a lot of footage. I really do. I'm not saying I'm downplaying this because I don't want to do this. I really would love to do it. Like that's why I was thinking about the drone. But the flight time, ugh. So that's funny. But if you do see videos where the person is a running back, lineman, or linebacker, you have to realize a lot of that stuff is stock footage. Stock footage, video footage. When you see all those weird memes where the people are like, where that old guy's like, or like the guy's turned around looking away from the girl, that's stock photos. I was actually in a video shoot for football. I'll link up there. I did a vlog that day. Weird. So but we had to get together. We had to mark off all of, like, we couldn't have any branding on anything we wore, but we basically did video shoots for things, and some of those videos were used in future, things that people needed for stock video footage, and it was all about football. But like, we weren't playing football. We were only going at like 50 to 60% of what we actually did in practice, because they needed to be able to slow things down. They wanted to, like, it's easier with video, as I know, to go a little bit slower than usual and then just turn up the speed just a little bit to make it seem real. That's part of it. If you're going, and plus most people that are looking at stock video footage for football are not really caring the difference between doing 60% and 80% and 100% in football. Not really. But imagine what you guys think when you see like All American, or you see these shows like Glee where they're playing football, and you're like, did these guys ever play football? Like, they don't feel like they know how to wear pads. Like, sometimes I've seen in just the regular TV shows, the quarterback has no idea how to throw a ball, and they're just like, I threw a ball, and you're like, who throws a ball like that? Are you Matt Staffording this thing? Anyways, when you see the videos of like, oh, look at this helmet cam, they're doing stock video, and that is not a football game. So I will continue looking into this one, but that's why I don't recently. Like I said, I do have GoPro, I do have football stuff, and I've tried, and it doesn't function very well. If I can find a camera small enough that I can securely mount inside this helmet, I will definitely look for it, and if it's in my price range. But anyways, that's pretty much that. Yeah, I will chat with you guys on the Friday video. I will be going out to practice that day, and we will see what's going on. My elbow should be a little bit better by then, resting it a bit more. Like, this no longer hurts. So I'm going to test at the gym later today about pushing against the heavy bag. And if I can do that better without having this thing feel shocking and stuff, I kind of strained a ligament in this area. So extending my arm super far was getting a little painful. So we'll be back by August, if anything. And so, awesome. Chat with you guys later. Bye.